Hope everybody's doing well. So I'm going to film the beginnings of an upgrade of the Eachine E013 into just a slightly more capable indoor FPV flyer. We're going to start today by migrating it from this frame to this frame over here, which is, I think, slightly lighter and a little bit more impact resistant. Anyway, it's supposed to be a better frame, so we're going to give it a shot. I've got some new tools that I purchased the other day. I did an unboxing for those, so hopefully those are useful. And I've got the instructions for the Eachine E013 here with me. These are essential, just very detailed information on the radio parameters, so the bands and the channels. We may change those to get a better signal, and just some random information here. Well, not random, highly specific actually. But Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is put the accessories over here. Let's see if we can get this right into the camera. I'm going to take off these two top screws. There's really not much holding this little fella together. Okay. And number two. Okay. Now these tweezers are going to become my best friend, I'm sure. These little tiny fellas. Turn this here. What I need is those old man glasses. Not that these aren't my old man glasses, but then with the attached magnification things at the top, like with a little light. Yeah, that's what I need. The Mad Professor glasses. Okay, so that's it for the canopy. And, oh, my goodness. Looks like the board and camera are all on with just a bit of adhesive there. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, so there's like a, looks like a double-sided adhesive piece of foam there that just kind of sticks it to the board. Now you'll notice the canopy's cracked. I've flown this outside quite a lot, and the problem with flying it outside is anytime I crash, it busts up the canopy. So I think I just have to push this through. Yeah, it's just gonna go through. Just gonna get the antenna through, and then just gotta kind of push the camera through. Here we go. Ooh. He's beheaded. Yikes! This thing's starting to look more like more like a little spy cam. Wow! Oh my god! So there's the whole VTX and camera. So VTX is just video transmitter. Wow! Oh, and there's the antenna. That's another mod. Basically, all I need to do is just stick it straight up and cut a hole through the new canopy. Alright, so anyway, this little fella here, I need to transplant over here. So it looks like there's just a couple of screws here as well. We'll take these off. Let's see if we can both keep you in the frame and have enough light on it. Now, there's an orientation of the frame. I've got to be mindful of that. Okay, it looks like those screws are identical. You'll see a few pieces of black gaffer's tape on the bottom of this quad. That was just because the wires were kind of getting unruly and I just wanted to make sure they didn't snag on anything. So, oh, and also, I actually did the battery mod to the existing Eachine E013, which basically just meant I had to cut a little piece of plastic out here to slide the larger batteries in. And I found they were kind of falling out or sometimes just pushing forward a little bit, which moved the center of mass and then required me to retrim it every time. So what I did was just make sure I taped up the end so it couldn't go too far. Anyway, that's why that's there. But it is no longer needed since this frame is going to be gone. These are the little pieces I was talking about. Oh, these tweezers. That makes life so much easier. I can get in there. Oh, gosh, these tweezers are amazing. Okay, so 2 screws, they're out. Looks like these are now connected with little connectors to the board, the motors. So maybe I don't even have to desolder them. Maybe I just have to pop them off. In the video I watched, which was I think a year or so old, these connectors from each of the motors to the printed circuit board, which I'm not sure what that part is, probably the it's probably an all-in-one CPU / electronic speed control / flight controller, everything in one. Anyway, in the video that I was watching, each of these had to be desoldered, but it looks like there's little connectors now, so maybe this is an up-revved version, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and double check. But anyway, I don't think there's any reason this shouldn't just come off now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it just pulls out. Except that I need to take the connector for each of the motors out. Now, before I do that, I know I'm on video, but what I'm going to do is take a picture so that I know exactly what the orientation is before I detach anything. And that way, I have something quick to refer to while I'm making the rest of this video. So, let us do that. Picture on the other side. There we go. Alright. Okay, so I've got to pull each of these out. Now, are they... Let's just see if they're labeled or not. I don't think so. So, we're looking in at the bottom, and I guess we call this the front. I'm just kind of orienting myself before I start moving or snipping. Now let's take a look at the chassis. How do I orient the chassis? Okay, there was that bigger piece at the back, I think. Like so. Ah, because it's where the power connector comes in. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. So the piece at the back is where the power connector goes in. Alright, so I just have to unplug all these. Wow. Can't be that easy, can it, guys? Oh my god. I'm doing it. Oh my god, I'm doing it. Holy shiznit. Oh my god. You know, for a guy that has a technician's diploma and a master's degree in science, it's amazing how non-technical I am these days. It's just been so long since I've done this stuff. Anything hardware related. Some of you know I used to be in tech. I was in tech for 20 years, but I was in hardware for a little while, but then I was in software for the last probably 15 years of my career. So I spent more time looking at code than I did at hardware. Okay, so then this little fella is just going to be mounting right in here, and they're subsequently going to just plug in there. Gosh, this is going to be the easiest thing ever. Now, I think I will need a new canopy though, because this one's all cracked up and stuff. I wish I could 3D print these so I could do something, you know, just something different and something interesting. But we'll have to maintain what we've got. Okay. Alright, so these motors. Well, these are going to be easy too, I guess. Just pull everything out. And so the propellers, we'll take the propellers off, and I'll also have to be mindful of these. This propeller remover didn't come with this particular quad, but I have it from something else, so I'm going to use it because this particular frame is very susceptible to cracking, and I know pulling off props here before I've made little cracks, so going to use this just to save myself some aggravation. And well, look, there's one of the cracks I'm talking about. I pulled this little spar off the ducted fan thing. Alright, so let's maintain the orientation of these props. We'll put them in let's put them in a little square. Now, just so everybody knows, if you're not familiar with the kind of flight theory of quadcopters, they have two different sets of propellers. One set that goes clockwise and one that goes counterclockwise. So it's important to maintain the orientation of these. So, whether you take note of the blade shape or, whatnot, but just make sure you put them back the right way. You'll know right away if you don't, because the quad will start behaving funny. It won't take off properly. It'll kind of skittle along the table or something. So, just kind of watch for that. This is one of the props I pulled with my fingers, and you can see it's bent, so I think we'll replace that one. For now, we'll just pop it in. Okay. So there are my four props. I'll just move these over here to the edge of the frame. Okay, now the motors apparently are supposed to just push up through. I'll take my little plastic thingy here. Yep, there we go. Okay, so the question is, do those little square connectors come out through? Indeed they do. Look at that, guys. Okay. Look at that. I don't even have to do any soldering. I bought this beautiful kit for nothing. There we go. Okay, so there's one motor. You know what I'll do? What will you do here? Well, what I'll do is, why don't I just put them back as I take them out? That might actually seem to make sense, right, guys? So, I guess we'll just insert a little square connector down through here. Am I already putting this in the wrong place? Let me just double check here. Yes, I am. Oh, see, I got turned around there. I wasn't paying attention. And just like my the other guy that did this initially, he had problems too. Because, again, he put the wrong motors in the wrong holes and the wrong props on. Just like I was about to do. It's very easy to get confused here. Okay. Good. There's good tension, so I don't think there'll be any issues with these guys falling out or anything. Okay, it seems fine. Now we just need to route the cables so they don't get tangled up or anything. I will do so. Little bit of tweezers here. Sorry, very hard to keep this in frame. Okay. One down. Let's do another. a lot of hairs too in these motors. That's one thing you've got to really be watchful for, is getting hairs tangled up and slowing down your motors. Like, that's a big chunk there. And unfortunately, they're on all my motors. Why? Am I unsanitary? No, I live with a puppy. You know how it is. When you got dogs and pets, there's always little bits of fur flying here or there, so. Okay. Yeah, I think this little prop tool helps. I just kind of slip it in that little gap there just to kind of give it a wiggle and a little push. It seems to get it started. There we go. Yeah, just be careful what you're pushing too, because there are little wire bits. You don't want to accidentally push a connector off. Pop a wire out. I guess using your fingernails on either side of it probably works quite well. Yeah, can do that too. Okay, let me just orient myself again here. All right, we'll take this guy out. Again, just making sure I push without hitting any of the important parts like the wire connectors and whatnot. There we go. Okay, then I'll carefully guide out the connector. Okay. And reverse procedure, back down through the little hole. Seems like it just wants to go flush with the... Good. Okay, tuck those wires away. Go. Okay, two down. Two down. Wow, so the only tool that I've really used other than a screwdriver, are these little teeny little pliers. Well, tweezers, I guess, really. And they're not your typical, these are electronic tweezers. They're not your typical tweezers that are designed to pull out slivers or whatnot. They've got kind of smoothed edges, so they're perfect for gripping little bits of wires and whatnot. We want to make sure all these connectors are kind of facing inward towards the PCB, the printed circuit board. That way the wires will have the shortest trip to getting to where they're going. They won't get tangled up or whatnot. Those things aren't too far. They seem like they just want to be flush, so try to maintain that. Okay, last motor. Woohoo! So exciting. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. This guy's just a little bit stuck in there. Whoop, there we go. Okay, there's the old frame. Done. By the way, I now have 4 of these new frames. I thought I ordered 2, but apparently I ordered 4, or they sent me 4 anyway, so now I have 4. So if I bust this little fella up, I've got 3 replacements. That's awesome. With my shitty flying, it's no doubt that I will use them up in short order. Okay. Let's get our wires tucked away into these little slots, nice and neat here. All right. Hope you guys found this absolutely riveting. Don't worry, I'll put on some good music or I'll speed things up, because you're not going to want to watch my tired old fingers poke wires for an hour. But hopefully the results are useful. Hopefully you'll find this process less intimidating. I was really kind of worried. I thought it was going to be a big deal to do this. And this is just a bit of time, really. It's quite simple. Okay, so here's the back end of it. I guess we could put this printed circuit board back on, couldn't we? And then, look at that, all these little motors will plug back in. It's kind of exciting. Okay. Now, I do think I needed to trim something for the battery, but you know what? I'm going to do it once I put everything together, because then I'll see exactly where I need to trim. That will make sense, I think. Alright. All these screws are the same. This has got some kind of a little gasket. So, this. Wow. Look how simple this is, guys. Sorry. Make sure you can see something here. Big mittens are in the way. So there, that's on. Now, let's see. What do we need to do? Okay, we need to plug all these in. Let's do that. Let us do that. There we go. Boom. Bada bing. Tuck all those wires down now. Oops. Nobody's probably seeing anything. Just get those little fellas down there. Okay. Oops. That's the wrong way. Yeah, I now see how people struggle to do these things on TV. It's hard to do it and show you, or at least try to show you. Maintaining camera orientation and trying to plug this little son of a bitch in. Not easy. Is it spinning around? Trying it this way. Mother trucker. Wow, well, that wasn't easy. For some reason I just kept getting the orientation all mixed up. Getting confused. There you go. There you go. Okay. 2 more. There we go. Okay, last one. Last one. Well, all right. Done. Now, suppose we could stick some props back on. And aren't you glad that I put them all in the right order? So all I have to do is pop them on. Now you watch when I start this thing up, it jumps off the table or something weird. Just cause Murphy's Law. Now the propellers are labeled A1, A2, B1, B2, and so forth. So it's not like this is a mysterious black art or anything. It's just that I get it screwed up a lot. Okay, that's looking good. Now, I do need to drill a hole or something in the top here to get this antenna out. Okay, so hold up. Wait a second, what happened? Well, my camera decided to stop recording, so you guys missed a bunch of stuff. Well, really, one thing. So the canopy needed a small hole punctured in it or drilled into it so that I could move that antenna I had showed you guys earlier. Anyway, so for some reason the camera didn't record, but all I did was I took my little pair of tweezers, I heated them with a Bic lighter, and then I just pushed the tips of the tweezers into the top of the canopy, and the canopy is essentially just paper thin plastic, so it made a hole that was perfectly round, and it just took a couple of seconds. So anyway, that's all you really missed. And then at that point I had put the canopy back on and reattached the 2 screws. Anyway, hope we're caught up, and here's the next part of the video. Well, I'm not sure how much. Let's see there. These are the last of the mods for the battery. You just need to kind of snip a little piece here. Just going to bend this a little bit. Snip in a few places so it can move forward. Okay. Let's see if these batteries are the right fit. Okay. So there's the original 220 milliamp hour battery, and here is the revised one. It's a 260, so it's another 40 milliamp hours. But as you can see, it's a bit longer, which becomes a problem when you try to put it in here. So let's just see if we can sneak that in now that we've clipped that end. It's tight in there, that's for sure. Yep, we can. Okay. Look at that. It's not sitting quite level. Why? I don't know. Okay, just for kicks. Working good. Trim it up a little bit. Not bad at all, guys.